Coming up on UT 10 News, the future of local dreamers is in doubt.
And how UT military students are paying more for services.
Plus, Joshua Blount watched the women's soccer team take on Miami. Your news in 10 minutes starts now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Madison Humphrey.
And I'm Judd Schilling. Earlier this month, the Trump administration announced it's ending President Obama's Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, also known as DACA.
According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, this decision could negatively impact the lives of nearly 800,000 dreamers, two of whom I recently spoke with about their thoughts on the future. A normal day for Brenda Aranda is spent running her taco truck, Taqueria Atotes. She is an entrepreneur and a mother to her 5-year-old son. Unlike her child, Aranda wasn't born here. She came to the United States with her family in 1993 when she was 4 months old. Like nearly 800,000 other immigrants in the United States, she is a dreamer. Under DACA, she's legally allowed to work in the U.S. She's following her dream of expanding the family taco business, but with the ending of DACA, she fears her dream may never become a reality. As a mother and business owner, she is now juggling the idea of deportation and the possibility of leaving her son behind.
I do not want to go back to Mexico, and I don't want to have my child come with me and suffer, for the actions that we made as children like him. They don't deserve that.
I spoke with a local attorney who says the possibility of deportation is a real concern.
I wish I could say it's something that they need not fear, but if someone is out of status, they are removable.
But Brenda is not alone in fearing the unknown. I had the opportunity to speak with a local college student who is also a dreamer. She came to the U.S. from Colombia when she was 3. With DACA, she is studying law and working on campus. Rather than fearing deportation, she is losing hope of becoming an immigration lawyer.
So you start thinking, what's the point of spending all this money and time on a degree, and if DACA's over, you're not even going to be able to work?
Although both DACA recipients I spoke with are fearful, they remain positive for the future.
You just have to stay strong and have faith that hopefully there will be better days, and hopefully we will get our permanent residency one day.
Something good has to come out of this. If they wanted to just take it away, they would have done it by now.
Hernandez says anyone's DACA expiring before March 5th, 2018 must be renewed by October 5th of this year. Applications should be sent to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services Office.
The University of Toledo has been a military-friendly school for more than 5 years.
But starting this school year, veteran and active duty military students will start seeing changes. Alexis Wheatley joins us live outside Rocket Hall with how these students are being affected. Alexis?
Madison, there are around 500 military students here at UT, and they all received the same message over the summer.
It says, in bold print, veterans will no longer receive free parking.
These students never asked for free parking, but when told about the benefit, they felt more welcomed at the school. The university receives a bronze rating from militaryfriendly.com, meaning its programs have scored within 40% of the 10th ranked institution within a given category. Many of these veterans feel the way the school went about the situation was wrong, and they feel they were being targeted.
And to turn around and say that we need the few hundred veterans that are getting free parking to turn around and pay for parking, is the school really hurting that bad for money right now? I mean, that's the question we have.
Although military students do receive tuition paid for through their GI Bill, they were disappointed with the change. Reporting live outside of Rocket Hall, I'm Alexis Wheatley for UT 10 News.
The FBI says Toledo is the 4th highest ranked city for human trafficking cases in the country.
I attended a conference that is working to curb that trend. This past weekend, the University of Toledo held its 14th annual Human Sex Trafficking and Social Justice Conference on campus. Jen Amo, founder of an organization that raises awareness on trafficking, talked about why she decided to take a stand.
Because how is that happening? How is about 400,000 minors being trafficked every single year and no one's talking about it? No one really wants to talk about it.
During the conference, social justice speakers also took to the podium. After spending time in prison, Willie Knight has now given back to the Toledo area.
So now I go back in the community and I meet them where they're at. And just to help them and have the resources and the tools for them to be successful is, oh my goodness, it's amazing. And I love what I do.
The goals of the conference are always the same: to end trafficking and social injustice once and for all. Over 1,000 people attended this year's conference. Event organizers say this number is expected to grow even more in 2018. A new research lab in the UT College of Engineering allows the Toledo area to test the safety of drinking water within just a few hours. The technology and renovations for the lab were paid for by a $500,000 state grant. Environmental engineering professor Young So says the lab will provide support for water utilities in Ohio. It will also be used to detect new and emerging algal toxins during times of concern.
So basically, this instrumentation can provide chemical analysis with high sensitivity, and it's a very powerful tool to analyze different organic compounds.
So adds researchers can bring their own samples and analyze it for different toxins. The university is holding its 12th annual Ban Books Vigil. Groups across the country can protest and try to ban over 4,000 books from libraries each year. Communication professor Paulette Kilmer says important books, such as 1984, often get banned.
Knowledge really is power, and if anybody can control what we're reading, then that controls our thoughts.
The vigil starts on September 28th and runs from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Over the weekend, thousands of people ran in the annual Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure in downtown Toledo. The event celebrates breast cancer survivors and remembers those who lost their lives to the disease. The race featured tents and activities for all 12,000 people who participated. It raised more than $50,000. 75% of the money raised will stay here in Toledo to offer services to those who struggle with breast cancer.
Just continue to support us and find a cure so I won't lose any more friends.
The remaining funds will go towards national research projects.
I'm Joshua Blount, and this is your UT10 Sports Report. The weather was scorching this weekend and even hotter in South Beach, where the Rockets football team took on the 14th ranked Miami Hurricanes. But first, the women's soccer team hosted both the Miami Redhawks and the Ball State Cardinals. Friday afternoon, the women played an exciting game in the hot sun, starting off with a goal by singer Sophie Poe, 6 minutes in. As they got into the second half, the Rockets fought hard to get another goal, and freshman Anina Massini made it happen as she cleared the ball straight into the net. Miami made several unsuccessful attempts to get on the board when finally Olivia Winnett scored in the 76th minute. With less than 10 minutes left, the Rockets were determined to keep their lead as junior Hannah Scafaria scored for the game winner. Carrying on to Sunday afternoon, the women played the Ball State Cardinals, fighting for another win. It was a stressful first half as neither team was able to score a goal. But as the second started, Scafaria was determined to turn things around, scoring her 4th goal of the season. BSU fought back and cleared the net in the 82nd minute of the game, sending them into not one, but 2 overtimes. After 2 hard-fought extra frames, the contest ended in a draw. Head coach TJ Buchholz shares his thoughts on this weekend's games.
We just have to kind of continue to work through being efficient in the moment and working on obviously our finishing.
Friday against Northern Illinois. Finally, the Rockets football team took on the number 14 Miami in hopes of continuing their winning streak. In the first half, the Rockets started off strong, leading at halftime with a 37-yard pass by Logan Woodside. Even with all the help from Cody Thompson, the Rockets still came up short by the end of the 4th quarter. Rockets ended up losing 52-30. Next game will be here, home in the Glass Bowl, October 7th against Eastern Michigan.
Thanks, Josh. That's it for UT10 News. For the latest breaking news from campus and bios from all UT10 reporters, go to our website, ut10news.com.
And remember, you can watch the live stream of our newscast production every Tuesday at noon on our YouTube channel. For Judge Schilling, Joshua Blount, and all of our crew, I'm Madison Humphrey. Have a great week and stay tuned for more news from the UT campus.